Have you ever, sat down at the start of a week or maybe a month and thought about all the things you want to achieve?
Oh, absolutely. We all do that, right?
Right. Like finally getting those 7 hours of sleep or learning that new recipe or just keeping the houseplants alive.
Yeah, definitely the houseplant's one for me.
We all have those ambitions, those sort of whispers of a better self, but, how often do we really track how we're doing and understand the obstacles and, adapt when life throws that inevitable curveball?
That's the tricky part, isn't it? The adapting.
Exactly. So today we're taking a deep dive into something really unique. It's a personal weekly review from week 36 of 2025, super transparent.
Okay.
It's a really candid look at one person's journey across, well, all sorts of things, health, creative stuff, all meticulously documented.
Wow. Okay. That sounds pretty detailed.
It really is. Our whole exploration today comes from this one source, an entry called Weekly Review, Health, Hobbies, and Progress Amidst Sickness, published September 7th, 2025.
Got it. Amidst sickness that already tells you something.
Right. It details their own goals,
Yeah.
what actually happened, and the real impact of life events, specifically, like you said, getting sick and dealing with medication.
Hmm.
So our mission here is to pull out the key nuggets of knowledge from this log. We'll look at not just what they tracked, but what it tells us about commitment, resilience, and that whole process of self-reflection when you're trying to improve your quality of life.
That sounds fascinating. Looking at how someone navigates goals when things don't go to plan, that's often more revealing.
Totally. So let's set the stage. The sheer breadth of this is impressive. It's not just workouts. We're talking health, meditation, cooking, decluttering,
Okay.
reading, coding, writing, fish keeping, gardening, photography. It's like everything.
Wow, that's ambitious. A very holistic view.
Exactly. And the big goal behind it all, they stated as, to empower myself to pursue other things actively and healthily by improving your quality of life in the long run.
I like that framing. It's not just ticking boxes.
Right. It's about building that foundation.
It truly is. And what's fascinating, like you said, is that breadth. It's not siloed. It suggests this deep commitment to, well, self-improvement across the board.
Yeah.
And that purpose, improving quality of life long term, that really hits home. It feels very intentional, like a template for living more purposefully.
And that intention gets tested right away when we look at the health section. This really sets the tone for the whole week, doesn't it? Showing how real life just bumps up against our routines.
Okay, let's get into it.
So sleep. Goal, 7 hours daily. Reality for week 36. Average closer to 6.7 hours. Often fragmented sleep, too.
Okay, it's a bit short. Pretty common struggle.
Yeah, but what's striking isn't just the number, it's their awareness. They're wondering if new meds started over the weekend had an impact. They're actively thinking about improving sleep quality, sleep hygiene.
Right.
And they even mention identifying what they think is the root cause of the inflammation that occurred throughout the year. That's like some serious self-analysis.
That's a really powerful point. Your data, the tracking, it's just the start. The real power comes when you turn those observations into hypotheses.
Like, could it be X?
Exactly. Instead of just, oh, I slept poorly, asking, could it be the meds? Was it something I ate? That transforms passive tracking into active problem solving, even if you don't know the answer right away.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a deeper level of awareness.
It's essential if you really want to optimize things.
Okay, so sleep was impacted. What about physical activity? Walking steps saw a similar dip, right?
Seems likely, especially with sickness involved.
Yeah. The goal was 5,600 steps daily. They averaged around 4,500, but it was all over the place. Some days super low, like 1,000 steps, other days almost 8,000.
Wow, big swings.
Huge swings. And again, they connected directly to the why. Sickness over the weekend meant minimal movement, being bedridden most of the day, which cut out usual chores too.
And this is where the review becomes so valuable. It shows that goals aren't static. Life happens.
Right.
These logs give you that data-driven story of adaptation. It's not about hitting the target every single day necessarily. It's about understanding what's going on and adjusting. You just don't get that from a casual mental check-in.
That theme of adapting, not just rigidly sticking to the plan. It's even clearer with intermittent fasting.
Okay, how so?
Well, they usually do a 16.8 schedule, fast for 16 hours, eat in an 8-hour window.
Pretty standard IF.
But they explicitly say, due to sickness and medication, I stopped the fasting and resumed normal meals or having smaller and more meals over the day.
Okay. So prioritizing recovery, that's smart.
Definitely seems like it. And Maybe related, they noted a slight weight increase, about zero point 0.7 kilos, like 1.5 pounds.
Okay.
But here's the healthy perspective, I think. They attribute these small changes to things like hydration, sleep, diet, sickness, meds, and call them temporary for now.
That perspective is so crucial, it normalizes those fluctuations.
Yeah, it stops you from getting discouraged.
Exactly. Because short-term blips happen on any long journey. Someone else might see that weight bump or missed fasting window and just spiral. But this person understands the context. It's about resilience, not perfection.
hmm And diet-wise, the goal was generally a balanced plate, 2.1.1 or 1.1 plants, protein, carbs.
Okay, standard nutritional guidelines.
Yeah, mostly cooking themselves. But with the sickness, the focus shifted again. Smaller meals spread throughout the day, especially with medication. Adaptation again.
Right. Adjusting based on immediate needs.
Okay, so what about workouts? The goal was a 6 or 7 minute routine plus a daily push-up.
Ambitious but doable.
While the report says nothing so far due to sickness and medication. Pretty blunt.
Understandable.
But then they revised the push-up goal. Focus shifts to 1 push-up per day.
Ah, that's brilliant.
Isn't it? Yes.
If we connect this back, this health section is just a prime example of resilience and self-awareness. It's not just did I meet the goal, but why not? And then adapting. That revised push-up goal is so insightful.
It seems small, but
Yeah. It's powerful. Instead of giving up, they scaled it way down to something achievable. It keeps the habit, that thread of consistency, alive. Even the tiniest form of consistency is often more important than intensity when you're navigating challenges. It's like telling yourself, I'm still here, I'm still showing up.
that really resonates. Showing up for yourself, even in a tiny way. But what's amazing is how, even with these health issues, the dedication to other growth areas continued.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about nourishing the mind. Meditation, for example. They kept doing regular sitting meditation, usually a minute, with a 3-step progression.
Okay, consistent.
Walking meditation too, 1 to 5 minutes, though they note not as often as I like, especially
Uh-huh.
during the sick weekend.
Right. Understandable dip.
And they kept up with mental, noting observing thoughts and feelings, maintaining a stoic as usual attitude, even while feeling rather feverish on some days due to medication.
Wow. That shows incredible mental discipline, doesn't it? To maintain that calm observation when you're physically feeling rough.
It really does.
It suggests that meditation isn't just a task for them. It's a fundamental tool for managing their inner state, which becomes even more vital during stress or illness. It's a real testament to routine building inner stability.
Moving to practical life skills, cooking. The goal here is about control, self-reliance, learning new skills.
Good goals.
And the progress is clear. Learning to prep veggies faster, making regular miso soup with lots of good stuff, still having hard-boiled eggs, but just 1 a day now. Feels very practical, very skill-focused.
Yeah, taking charge of what goes into your body makes sense.
And then decluttering. Goal. Adopt a minimalist lifestyle.
Another big one. How'd they tackle that?
Simple but consistent.
Mm.
Clear 1 item from anywhere on the way to the kitchen, and regular trash emptying.
Oh, I like that. Tiny habits.
Totally. Good progress noted on the workspace receipts, notes, some books gone. They do admit some paperwork is still left, which we can declutter more in the upcoming weeks.
See, that incremental approach is so effective, it avoids that feeling of being overwhelmed.
Right, just chip away at it.
Yeah, turns a huge task into a small daily habit. It's a really pragmatic way to live out that minimalist goal. Small, consistent actions leading to big changes over time. Very low friction.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, let's pivot now to the intellectual and creative side. This is where we see learning and building continue even with those health setbacks.
Interesting. How did that play out?
Well, reading. The goal is about improving writing, consuming wisely, boosting mental health.
Multifaceted goal there.
Yeah. They spend 5 to 10 minutes daily browsing books, resumed reading technical stuff like Golang, and the usual gardening stuff, not just fiction.
Okay, focused reading.
But interestingly, they also note a specific health book, something about controlling hypertension, hyperglycemia, hyperlipidemia.
Ah, the 3 highs.
Right. And the note says nothing on this yet. So realistic backlog acknowledgement.
That's good, though. Honesty about what didn't get done is just as important as noting what did.
True. Then there's coding.
Oh.
Goals. Enjoy building, learn, and contribute back to FLOSS communities.
Okay, open source contributions.
Yeah, free Libre open source software. They consistently make daily pull requests, PRs, proposed changes.
Daily. That's commitment.
Yeah. Improving docs, working on CI, test cases, For projects in Go, Python, Elixir, Erlang, Rust, they call it GPR, or other projects,
Wow.
it involves hopping through different GitHub repositories, addressing trivial typos across various projects. So even small contributions count.
Absolutely they do. It keeps you engaged.
And they found inspiration, too. Saw projects that made them want to adjust their own pet project, especially a Golang one. Found ways to optimize Python projects, reduce dependencies.
See, that's the beauty of contributing. It's a virtuous cycle.
How so?
Well, you give back, even with small fixes, but you also learn, you see how others do things, you get ideas for your own work, it deepens your expertise and keeps you connected. It's a great model.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And it leads right into writing. Goal: communicate and convey my thoughts more effectively and document my progress and discoveries.
Okay, documenting the journey.
And how? Publishing 2 posts per day and reading back old posts.
2 posts a day.
I know, right? Topics are a mix: gardening, fish keeping, AI.
Yeah.
They expect more AI stuff coming up as they explore the Google 2.5 image model.
Okay, staying current.
But again, that realism?
Mm-hmm.
A planned post on those GPR contributions.
Yeah.
Supposed to write something on Go, but due to sickness on the weekend, will postpone to future.
Mm-hmm. There it is again. Acknowledging and postponing, not just forgetting.
Exactly. Which brings up that question you raised earlier.
Right. How do you balance these ambitious creative goals with, well, life? Especially when things go sideways.
Yeah.
What's clear here is that commitment to just showing up, even if it's just a few minutes of writing, or crucially being honest enough to say, okay, this isn't happening this week, I'll reschedule.
That honesty seems key.
It's vital for long-term consistency. It keeps you accountable, but avoids that self-blame that leads to burnout. It's the difference between sustainable progress and just crashing.
Postponing versus abandoning that feels like a really important distinction.
Huge difference.
So to round out this review, let's look at the connection to nature in creative expression, where we see some of those holds.
Okay, areas that got paused.
Yeah. Fish keeping, gardening, photography. Several notes like, nothing on this yet, or put on hold due to sickness. Like plans to find fish and plants for outdoor containers, put on hold. Growing plants from seeds, put on hold. Finding the best macro lens for their phone, put on hold.
And you know, that's maybe one of the most honest and actually wisest parts of the review.
How do you mean?
It's a powerful reminder that holistic growth isn't about acing every category all the time. Sometimes the most resilient thing you can do is consciously pause the less critical goals to focus on core well-being.
Like triage.
Exactly. It's smart triage, not failure. When you're sick, your body needs to heal. Pushing through on every single hobby could actually set you back further. It shows wisdom in knowing when to step back and prioritize.
That makes a lot of sense. So what does this all mean for us listening to this? This deep dive, it shows such a human picture, right? Ambition, routine, interruptions, but also that satisfaction from just engaging with these things.
Yeah.
And the value of being transparent with yourself.
Definitely. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present, persistent, and like we keep saying, adaptable.
Yeah.
And what's truly fascinating is that ability they have to keep that stoic perspective, even when feverish, to articulate why they made adjustments, to clearly separate temporary setbacks from abandoned goals.
Asking what's the root cause and is this temporary?
Yeah, but it underlines why you don't just track, you reflect on the data. Progress isn't always a straight line up. Sometimes the biggest win is just showing up and adapting. This whole review feels like an ongoing conversation with oneself, not just a rigid checklist.
So we've seen how one person tracks their life, health, growth, hobbies, with incredible self-awareness and adaptability. This look into a personal weekly review, it's given us a really valuable glimpse into that journey of consistent effort, even when things get tough. It's a powerful example of living intentionally. It really is.
And this detailed review shows us, life is full of interruptions, big and small. But that act of reviewing and adapting can be such a powerful tool.
Absolutely.
So maybe as you reflect on your own goals for this week, ask yourself, what's one area where you could be a bit more honest about your progress? Or maybe where could a small adaptation like that one push-up-a-day idea keep you moving forward even when things get tough?
That's a great takeaway question.
What's just one small thing you could track or maybe adapt this week to get a bit more clarity on your own journey?
Yeah, start small, stay consistent.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the world of personal progress and weekly reflections. Keep seeking those insights and keep adapting your path forward.